Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about replacing my headlights, the low beam and high beam headlight bulb on my 2015 F250 King Ranch. So I'm going to take you through the process of what I would do to replace my bulbs. I'll go ahead and turn off my garage lights. So these are the factory bulbs in the truck. All right, just so y'all know, next up is going to be replacing the lenses on these clearing lamps, as well as replacing those on my black truck. So as you can see right here, here's the bulbs, here's the light, stock H13 bulbs. Nothing sexy about it, I'm telling you. I can barely see on the road at night. So it's definitely time to get these replaced. What I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna sketch out where the beam lays. All right, just do a straight line, and probably the concentration of the bulb is going to be right there. I'm going to go ahead and mark it with a star. Same over here. Okay, so it's probably going to be around right there. Concentration of the light centered, and I'm going to go ahead and mark a line of where it should lay. Okay, so what does that tell me? It means that when I'm replacing the bulbs need to be aligned with the same exact level of where the headlight beams are showing, right? So what that means is if I'm driving down the road and they're higher than where I'm at right now, more than likely I'm gonna get flashed. But if I'm at the level of where it's at right now, I know I've never been flashed, so I should be good to go. So that's a good starting point before adjusting your headlight beams. All right, so the process of what this is going to look like when it comes to replacing your headlight bulbs is removing the front grille right there, which shouldn't be too in depth, and then removing each headlight out, and then replacing the bulb, throwing it back in, putting the headlight back in, and then reinstalling the grille. All right guys, so doing a lot of research on which bulb is the best. There's a lot out there. The majority of them are made in China. But there's some quality ones out there that I've read on not only the forums, but pages on this year's F250, F350, a lot of great reviews on the BEAMTECHs. So there was a option about going Hikaris, and I actually installed Hikaris on my wife's vehicle, and they're absolutely phenomenal. Love them so far, great quality. The reviews showed like 4.5 stars out of 5, so you can't go wrong. You kind of have to do your research prior to installing or choosing the bulbs that you'd like to install in your vehicle. So after reading about all the reviews online on Amazon, I went ahead and went with BEAMTECH. And I have the best BEAMTECHs on the market that I purchased for a good price. I'll go ahead and post not only this headlight set, but I'll go ahead and post the Hikaris that I was debating on buying as well. All right, these are LEDs, I think 22,000 lumens, so these mean business. And you know, fans on the back side, they look good. So let's go ahead and get to removing the grille. All right, so first step in removing the grille, you're gonna have to remove 4 10mm bolts. It's gonna be this one right here, 3 and 4. So let's go ahead and remove those. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, so what this allows us to do is to pull this down or forward. All right, and now there should be some tabs down below. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and show you after removing the grille which tabs to push down, but they're all gonna be down below this ridge line of the grille. All right, guys, so here we have the grille. Go ahead and rest this up. All right, so if you are looking down on the grille, they're actually going to be these tabs, so look for the light colored tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All you're gonna have to do is press it down with the screwdriver, and you'll hear it kind of punch out, and that is all you need to do. You're gonna see tabs like these black tabs. those are for the outer portion. There's one, there's another one right there. They're in between the tabs that you actually need to punch in. That is for the outer portion of the grill. So this black portion compared to the grill, compared to the chrome portion, what you're needing to do is pull out this whole thing, which is why you need to punch in these right here. All right, so the next step is actually removing this headlight assembly. So there's gonna be 4 total 10mm bulbs. One's gonna be right on top of each. All right, then you're gonna have 2 additional ones right there. So there's 1, there's 2. All right, you're gonna see another bolt right above it. That's not the one, it's not a 10mm bolt. You're gonna focus on the 10mm that are right there. 1 and let's see, 2 right there. And then the 4th one for each headlight assembly is going to be underneath. So let me see if I can get some light underneath there. I'm gonna be able to sneak in my ratchet, but there's the 4th right there. It's the exact same thing for the passenger side. One up on top, 2nd one, 3rd one, and the 4th is going to be in the same exact location right there. All right, so here's the headlight. All you do is just kind of pull forward or towards you if you're in front of the truck. But the one that we're going to be changing is actually the low beam and the high beam, which is going to be the bottom bulb of the assembly. So I'm just going to go ahead and twist counterclockwise, and then boom, here's the headlights. Go ahead and pull this out. Boom, here we go. So here's the factory H13 headlight bulb. This is low beam and high beam, which is why it's an H13. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, pull this out and go ahead and replace it with our BEAMTECH. So how we're gonna do that is punch in this tab right here, and then we're gonna push this out. I need 2 hands for this, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out. All right, so it's out. Because I'm gonna go ahead and punch in some dielectric grease into those 3 sockets. Here is the new headlight. So I'm gonna go ahead, plug this in, and then go ahead and insert it and twist it clockwise so that it latches on. If you still have the factory bulbs in, there's gonna be a red gasket. So it's either gonna stay on the headlight bulb, or it's actually gonna stay on the headlight assembly. So because these are factory headlight bulbs, the gasket needs to come off. All right, because the aftermarket BEAMTECHs are gonna have their own gasket. Believe me, I probably spent 5 to 10 minutes trying to make it work with the factory gasket. I was like, hey, what, I mean, extra protection, right? These headlights are a little different. There's a divot for the actual gasket. So as you can see right there, there's space for that gasket to actually sit. All right, so go ahead and remove that gasket. All right, so pretty easy. You're gonna hear it like not click, but there'll be a thump, and you'll know when it's actually seated correctly. As long as the bulb is perpendicular to the headlight assembly and it's reflecting off of these, that's gonna be your best beam for the headlight. So BEAMTECH makes it super easy. Let me go ahead and finish that headlight, mount it back up, throw the 4 bolts on, and show you how it looks with these new BEAMTECHs. All right, so here are the new bulbs. Let's go ahead and get a front view right there. Awesome. So let's go ahead and zoom in and see where the bulbs actually line up versus the stock. So I would say there was a line probably right here, right in between where the concentration of the light beam would be. The concentration of the light beam was right here with the factory lights. I would say that the concentration of the new bulbs would be about a couple inches to 3 inches lower. Now let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. So the line is almost, I would say 2 inches. You know what? I would say maybe an inch below factory. So I'd probably raise them, not as much as the driver's side, but the concentration of light for the passenger side would be probably right here, which is about a good 2 inches below where the factory concentration of light beam would be for the passenger side. What I would do, probably raise driver side about 3 inches and the passenger side about 2 inches. I know I'm not gonna blind people with these light beams right now, but as you can see, 22,000 lumens that these bulbs provide. Pretty happy with these. I'm gonna go ahead, probably adjust them later on. But the purpose of this video was to show you how to install these bulbs. Guys, I'll go ahead and post the links down below to these exact BEAMTECHs, the best BEAMTECHs on the market right now. I'll also post a second link for the Hikaris. Those are pretty good as well. Those are in my wife's exhibition right now. Solid quality product. Guys, let me know if you have any questions or comments, concerns. But until next time, see y'all.